Hi guys, I just wanted to go over reducing fractions because it's going to be one of the first things you guys are probably going to do next week for the week of May 4th, and I'll continue to post some videos of other math assignments that I think could be issues because it's not really easy stuff. So the first is the reducing fractions, and we're hitting on this as we right before we all went on this extended break. So the first thing about reducing a fraction is that you got to find a common factor that they both share. And if you remember, it's about finding the GCF. So GCF of like 7 and 28 would be finding the greatest common factor. That's what GCF stands for, greatest common factor. So 7 and 28. So we're going to list factors of both of these. So to list the factors of 7, the 7 is kind of unique. It's called a prime number because it only has two factors. It is 1 and 7. So 1 times 7 are the only ways you can get 7 by multiplying. And then 28 has more factors. 28 has 1 and 28, of course. And we also have 4 and 7. And there's also 2 and 14. But to find the GCF, you got to find the greatest common factor. So what is the factor that they both share that's the biggest number? And the factor they both share that's the biggest number happens to be 7. So what you do then is you then divide the top, the numerator, and the bottom, the denominator, both by 2. So, not by 2, by 7, sorry. So you're going to take 7/28, and if you divide the top of that, 7/28, take the top and divide that by 7, and you take the denominator and divide that by 7, you're going to end up getting 1 as the numerator and 4 for the denominator. And that's where 1/4 comes from. So with their first question here, number 1, 10/20, the greatest common factor between 10 and 20, if you list factors out of them both, you would find that the greatest common factor of those two would happen to be 10, because the factors of 10 are 1 and 10, and then 2 and 5. I'll list them up here, 2 and 5. And the factors of 20, yeah, there's quite a few of them. There's 5 and 4, there's 1 and 20, but there's also 2 and 10. So 2 times 10 is 20. So 10 is your greatest common factor, your GCF. So for 10/20, you're going to go ahead and divide the top and the bottom 10/20 by 10. So 10 divided by 10 and 20 divided by 10. And I would use a separate sheet of paper if I were you guys to kind of make sure that you have enough space to list factors and do all the dividing. 10 divided by 10 is 1, and 20 divided by 10 is 2. And that's where you get 1/2 from. And that's in simplest form. And how do we know it's in simplest form? Like, how do we know when we're done? Well, take, for instance, a fraction like 7/8. That is going to be in simplest form because if you list factors of 7 and you list factors of 8, you're going to have a common factor that is going to be only 1. So 1 and 7 are factors of 7. 2 and 4, and 1 and 8. So what's the factor they share? The greatest common factor is 1. That means that 7/8 is in simplest form. Alright, look for more videos coming up, guys. So I'll leave you with this one for now, and when Monday rolls around, go back to it to help yourself out. Thank you, and we'll talk to you later. Miss you all. Bye.